video on my phone because I've just kind of been out of it today. I've been resting up and everything. We did have a frozen embryo transfer today and everything went great. This morning I was feeling very anxious and I had to take all of my medications at once, and I ate some crackers with it. But even with that, on our way up to the clinic, which is roughly an hour 45 minutes to 2-hour drive, I just felt sick to my stomach. Not sure if it was from the medication that I had to take all at once, or if it was just nerves, or it could have very well been a whole combination of both. But my best friend, my mom, and I was gonna have another friend come with us, but she wasn't able to get off of work. But I did have my mom and my best friend with me, along with my husband, of course. So on the way up there, I did make my best friend stop at a gas station about 30 minutes from the hospital, because I wanted to try to use the restroom again, and then I was going to take my Valium and drink up on some fluids, because you have to have a full bladder. And that was probably my worst fear, of having a full bladder, because, you know, the procedure takes a little longer than the mock trial does. So when we got there, I had to be really bad. Like, thought I was just going to wet myself. So I asked the nurse if I could go use the restroom, and then also how long it was going to be before I was put into the room for the transfer. And I guess it was going to be a few minutes, so they went ahead and told me I could go ahead and release my bladder just a little bit. So I went to the bathroom and I basically released the whole thing. It is very hard to kind of pee in midstream and stop. And I was very afraid that I screwed up. So anyway, I did drink some more liquids before, and it was probably a good 15 minutes, 20 minutes before my procedure. And when we went into the room, the nurse checked out my bladder, and she said that it was very, very full again. So she wanted me to empty it out a little bit more, because when they are doing the external ultrasound, I guess you can say, or the sonogram, I'm not exactly sure which one it is, but either or, they actually press on your stomach pretty good. So and that's very uncomfortable with a very full bladder. So I did go to the bathroom again. I actually was able to stop midstream, and it was very helpful, because the nurse just gave me a cup and said, look, fill this cup up and then stop. And it was a pretty big size cup, so I was able to do that. And so yeah, and then we did the procedure. My doctor was really cool. She said that my mom, my best friend, and my husband could all be in there. We were not able to take video. My best friend did sneak a couple pictures, but we were not able to take video, which is understandable. I'm okay with that. So yeah, she first put the catheter in, then she got with the lab tech. The lab tech actually had my 2 babies up on a screen with my name and my birth date, and they had to verify that that was my information. And when I told them that was my information, the lab tech came out and with another catheter. The doctor then inserted the 2 embryos. She handed the catheter back to the lab tech, who then rechecked the catheter to make sure that both embryos were in fact in me and didn't, I guess, aspirate into the back into the catheter. I guess that can happen from time to time. And everything was good. So I did have to lay there for, it was about 20 minutes, I believe, and the doctor said that by looking at my bladder after the procedure that it was still filling up pretty quickly and I really needed to stay laying down. So she did give me the option to use a catheter to actually urinate through. And I've heard horror stories about catheters in the hospital and how they're uncomfortable and everything else, but I was like, you know what, how bad is it? And she goes, it's just a pinch at first. It's a pinch at first, and then you'll feel 10 times better though once your bladder's empty. So I said, you know what, let's just go ahead and do it. So while I was still in the position of having the transfer done, she went ahead and put the catheter in me and emptied my bladder out for me. And it was like a little pinch at first, and then the bladder started emptying, and it, and then it did hurt when she pulled the catheter out, but it wasn't anything excruciating. If I had to do it again, I would. And she emptied my bladder out really well, and then I went and laid around for about 20 minutes, and then I got up, and surprisingly I had to pee again. So we left the hospital, rode home. I fell asleep on the way home. The Valium, I didn't have, usually with medication like that, I'm normally kind of loopy, and I am very funny and just, outgoing, I guess, when I'm on something like that. I don't know, maybe I got an expirated Valium, because I did have that Valium since my first IVF cycle, which was end of May, June. So I'm sure it was fine. I just didn't have the same effect as I've seen some other people have, being all loopy and funny and everything. But I was able to sleep on the way home. And then I got home, got settled in, and then went to sleep again for a couple hours, and now I'm kind of just up doing my own thing. I'm not really up. I'm not sitting fully up. I've got a recliner, and that's what I've been sleeping in. And the only reason I do want to sleep in a recliner is because it does lean back fairly well, but I've always heard that you could get, what is it? Sorry, that's my husband's phone. He has some very strange ringtones. But it doesn't lay completely back to where you're super flat, but it is pretty much, you are kind of flat with just a little bit of an angle. The only reason I'm kind of doing this right now is because I've heard how the embryos can go back up into your tubes, and then you've got your tubal pregnancies, and I don't know if this is gonna work as far as stopping something like that, but I figured the more that I'm kind of just laid back, kind of at an angle, less chances, I guess. But again, I don't know, but I guess that's one of my fears, is not only that it not taking, but that it takes, and then I have issues like a tubal pregnancy. So, I'm just trying to be precautious. So right now I'm just going to be drinking a lot of fluids and resting, and I did wear my necklace today. I got from Etsy, and I think one of my YouTubers, they got a necklace just like it, and I kind of copied her on it. If I can think of the name, I will definitely update down below, but let me just show you what it looks like. If you can see, it says "We pray for you," and it's got the little baby feet. And then I do have my bracelet on from the hospital. My husband tried to take it off of me while I was sleeping, and I was like, no, leave it on, because I plan on leaving it on for a few days. I don't know. I know TTC Marie, Lisa Marie, she kept hers on until she had her beta. I don't know if I can keep it on that long, because we are going on vacation, but I don't want to look like someone who came out of a psych ward or anything, or out of a hospital. So, but I will definitely, keep it with me probably. And I think that's about it. We've posted a lot of stuff on YouTube. I'm sorry, not YouTube, Facebook. And I have gotten like so many people with their love and support and, their positive vibes, thoughts and prayers. And we're just overwhelmed. It seems like we have to put our phone down for like an hour at a time and come back, and we've got like 10 minutes worth of responses to get to, which I'm not complaining at all. The more people, supporting us, the more people praying for us, I know God will hear, what's in our heart, and know that our desire is to have a child, at least one child. 2 children would be great. But yeah, every day I'm praying for everyone who's going through, infertility issues. I may not be able to pray for them individually, like with their name and everything, but I am kind of putting everyone kind of in the same category, in that God will one way, shape, or form give us our miracles, whether it be conceiving on our own, having a surrogate, maybe having to go the adoption route. Things will happen, and God will bless us. So that's it. My husband is outside mowing the yard, if you hear that. He's not someone, if he was put on bed rest, he would not survive, because he has to be up doing something all the time. So, but yeah, that's about it. I will try to keep you updated within the next couple days, and but yeah, baby dust to everybody. I want to pray and say thank you for everything, all the support. I don't know what I would do without you girls and guys. I know there are some guys that follow us, so thank you again. I wish I was able to get a little bit more footage, but I wasn't. But I will keep you updated. Thank you, girls. Bye.